my mom, my backbone, the light of my life. She inspires me every day. She did everything for me to be able to follow my dreams, and you know, we've gone through a lot, and she is the reason that I'm sitting in this chair today. I always think of what she had to give up for me to get to where I am today, so I thank her from the bottom of my heart for absolutely everything that I have in my life.
Make me cry already?
Make you cry already. We have Sandi Leroux, mother of Sandi Leroux, who is a superstar with the U.S. women's national soccer team, about to start playing the FIFA Women's World Cup, coming up in just a few days. Are you nervous about that?
Yes. Excited.
Excited and nervous. You're heading out on Monday, right? First game?
I'll leave Sunday for the Monday game.
Gotcha. And one of the things we wanted to talk about, the fact that, well, you're from here, and Sydney was born here. How did she end up on the U.S. national team?
She left home at 14, 15 years old and started her future down in the States.
And
That's a big dream.
And her father is American.
Yes.
So she has dual citizenship,
Yes.
the ability to play on that team, similarly to Lauren Sesselman, whose father is Canadian, even though Lauren was born in the U.S., plays for the Canadian women's national team. Lauren Sesselman, however, doesn't get taunts and screamed at from the crowd, but for some reason, Sydney is very much a flashpoint for Canadian soccer fans. Why do you think that is?
I don't get it. Maybe it's a compliment. I just don't understand why it's so negative. It should be positive. I think people should be happy that someone's succeeded with their dream.
And it's not unusual for Canadians to go south of the border to become successful. Steve Martin, Jim Carrey, name off performers, singers. Justin Bieber calls himself American. We're okay with that. We'll still own him, kind of. Let's show some pictures of Sydney. First of all, one that's so cute you sent. How old is she here? She's wearing her kit.
She's 6, 7. I'd say 7.
Already absolutely motivated to be a soccer player and an excellent baseball player as well.
She was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty amazingly beautiful now and such a role model. Recently married to a fellow footballer.
Amazing, amazing guy.
Yeah, so far it's outstanding. It kind of surprised us. We were like, oh, Sydney's married. When did that
surprised me too.
Did it a little bit?
Well, they called me late that night and asked me to come back to LA, and I was like, I can't. So.
Now let's tell the story about how you and I met, because I was covering the CONCACAF Women's Olympic qualifying tournament at BC Place 2011, I think it was.
12.
Was it 12? It was 12. You'd know. Because I met you through my girlfriend, Lisa Elliott, and Lisa's like wearing a U.S. team shirt. Oh, what's going on here?
When I knocked your glasses off?
When you knocked my glasses off. Well, because, let's show some B-roll of Sydney playing the game, because she came in as a sub player and then went on to
score 5?
Yeah, 5 times. This girl,
I guessed it though, didn't I? I said,
You
what
did.
if she scores 5?
Yeah, you did. It was
crazy.
Unbelievable. She's magic to watch. Everybody in the U.S. is celebrating this young woman and saying that she could be the next Abby Wambach of this team. We're seeing, covers of magazines, Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, have you got it? Oh, no, it doesn't come out until next week in Canada.
It doesn't come out until next week in Canada, so you're going to be able to get that on next issue. But, I mean, what does it feel like as a mother to see the success of your child at this level?
The publicity, I even texted her this morning, I was like, the publicity's crazy. I didn't expect this.
Right.
I believe she'd make it, but to see all that's happened now is like surreal.
It is surreal. And how do you plan to handle what you know is coming in terms of having the FIFA Women's World Cup being played on Canadian soil, the flashpoint that is going to be your daughter?
You know what? I think the louder they are, the harder she's going to work. So bring it on, I guess.
And perhaps do you have a message for those in the stands who would say something as cruel as yelling out Judas?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? I think boo her all you want, but keep the real mean, negative things. I think, that's really disgusting. But boo her as much as you want. Maybe that's like clapping for her.
It does fire her up.
On.
She's so powerful, and she does credit you very much so with having that personal constitution. What was it early on that you did as a mother to give her that in the face of adversity?
Well, when she was little, and I made her tough. Like if she fell down and cried, I would just let her cry and get tough, and I never babied her. I pushed her. I would go to the field and go behind the goalpost and yell, "Kick the ball to me!" But I didn't know I wasn't allowed to be behind the goalpost. I got kicked out. So,
You got kicked out, but it worked out well.
yeah, they said, "You can't be back there." I go, "Why? She
Right.
can see me. She can score." But I wasn't allowed to do that anymore. I pushed her, but if she had bad games, I didn't, ever say you had a bad game. I'd ask her how she felt, how she played.
Right.
And she would tell me. She'd know.
Ever supportive.
I'm probably harder on her now than I was when she was little.
Why do you say that?
Maybe I feel like she can handle it more.
Give me an example of being hard on her now.
Well, she was struggling for a while here, and I was like, Sydney, start shooting. I was like, what's going on? So she's shooting now.
She's shooting
Yeah,
now,
it's
and
coming back.
she was on Twitter and messaging you earlier saying, "Keep it positive. Get those Canadian fans to love you." Got to tell you, these Canadian fans love you and respect you as one of our hometown soccer moms with a huge success story. Sandi Leroux, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here. We totally appreciate it.
Thank you.